This is a series of video podcasts basically based on FitSeries, and I'm very lucky that Kieran has come all the way from
Riverston.
Riverston.
Yeah, out near Hawkesbury.
Out near Hawkesbury. How long did it take you to get here?
An hour and 20.
Is it?
The traffic,
Good on you. So Kieran is one of our sponsors, which is Athletic Tech Nutrition, and they supply two events like FitSeries and gyms and lots of other events, series or a range of products ranging from pre-workout to electrolytes. But that's my first question really is, I said to you before the interview, is like, why would someone open up a supplement company? We were at the recent, what do they call it? At the
Australian Fitness Expo.
Yeah, the Fitness Expo, and like half the stalls there were supplement companies. And we were like, they're like, going, bloody hell, it's all supplement companies. But look, tell us the story behind Athletic Tech Nutrition, and I suppose what inspired you to start a supplement company in such a competitive industry.
Yeah, cool. It's definitely competitive, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But we're definitely different, especially given the pre-game. So I started when I was playing football when I was younger. I was always taking pre-workouts, and you try and look for things like energy drinks, this and that. And you see the older guys, they're doing it. So you're being young, you start doing it. Throughout the years, always trying different pre-workouts. Never really worked. Like you get to that.
See, pre-workout for me, like, is I wouldn't take much. I'll tell you what I do take. I do take your pre-workout before our like FitSeries Saturdays.
Yeah.
And I know one of my questions later will be like how you measure it. It is obviously very subjective, but I do notice I have a noticeable difference in my power output, especially in that first 15, 20 minutes. Because pre-workout was really it's for gym junkies, right? For me, I look at pre-workout because I'm going to be going in doing some heavy squats, heavy deadlifting. I obviously want to raise my levels for that. In the past, I wouldn't have taken pre-workout before football.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's not made for endurance.
Yeah.
So like you take it, you get to about half time or even like 70 minutes in, you start feeling the effects of going down.
Yeah. So would you have actually felt the different? Would you have felt noticeable change from taking pre-workout before your football soccer games? Yeah.
Yeah, like the first half, like you'd feel good and stuff like that, but then either at the end of the game or halfway through or 3/4 through, depending on which pre-workout you'd have, you'd start feeling the down because it's not made to last that long at that kind of.
How long is it? How long is the pre-workout? How long is it? It's just supposed to last.
It really depends on the ingredients, what's in it, who the manufacturer is, the person as well. That's a massive part of it. Okay. Obviously, everyone's bodies react different to it.
Yeah, so let's stay on that. So what are the ingredients in pre-workout?
Well, the most common ones are obviously caffeine, beta-alanine, or citrulline. So a lot of amino acids, but then people start throwing in, different things. You got stuff like, like English walnut, for instance.
Yeah.
There's lots and lots of different kind of ingredients, but they all have the kind of same goal.
And the difference then between your traditional off-the-shelf pre-workout from a supplement store to the pre-game Athletic Tech product.
Yeah.
Tell us about pre-game.
Well, the pre-game, I made it, as I was saying, for the football. I wanted something to get me over the line, full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And so with the balance, I've made it more endurance-focused. For those kind of sporting events, even like CrossFit, stuff like that. If you got multiple comps.
Yeah, in the same day.
Yeah, multiple heats, in the same day. You can have it a few times. It's not high in caffeine, but it's enough to get you going.
Is that the difference between off-the-shelf pre-workout and yours? Or is there a special ingredient like you mentioned?
Well, there is. So the pre-game, it's infused with electrolytes. So it's very rare to find a pre-workout that actually has electrolytes in it.
Okay, right.
And it's high in electrolytes as well. So it's going to give you all your electrolytes before you play your sporting event.
Yeah.
And plus you got the benefits of a pre-workout. But just been altered a little bit so that it's made more for long term.
Yeah, okay.
It's like slow release caffeine, that sort of stuff. So you're not going to get caffeine all at once. Yeah. You're going to get it.
How does, what's the technology behind, is there another ingredient or is that just how, I don't drink coffee, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how caffeine really works. Or unlucky me.
Yeah.
So how does it, what's the technology or the science behind a slow release of caffeine so that you last your 90 minutes or your multiple heats?
Well, it's more the type of caffeine as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's a lot of different caffeines.
Yeah.
But how caffeine works, it doesn't work as like a chemical you take and it just goes straight into your body. It's more of a nootropic.
Yeah.
So it's going to change your receptors in your brain.
Yeah.
So it's going to tell your body, your brain, okay, release more energy. You're not tired, this and that. You're not going to go to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Those sort of things. It's actually telling your brain and your receptors what to do and what not to do.
So other nootropics then are, what other nootropics is there, God, my brain is gone. Are there any other nootropics on top of caffeine in this?
Yeah.
What have you got?
There's a wide range. I mean, we've got L-citrulline.
Yeah.
There's beta-alanine, which isn't a nootropic.
Is citrulline, is it classified as nootropic?
It's that and also fatigue.
Yeah.
It's going to help with endurance. So like...
tyrosine is another nootropic, isn't it? L-tyrosine?
Yeah.
Okay, now back to the electrolytes, because I said we had Sergio, who is another FitSeries sponsor, and he's got a company called Changing Habits, and they've got, they're not terribly focused on sports, but they certainly are on performance. So performance from every day, like, whether you're driving a truck or whether you're running a gym. Talk to me about electrolytes.
Yeah.
Okay. What exactly are electrolytes? How many are there? What ones are in these?
Yeah. Well, electrolytes are probably one of the most important functions for your body. You can't go day to day without your electrolytes.
So we're getting them naturally from water, right?
Not necessary water. Water isn't just going to hydrate you. It's the electrolytes that are going to hydrate you.
Yeah.
So if you're out concreting every day, 70% of your sweat or around that figure is sodium.
Yeah.
So you always need to replenish those electrolytes, like sodium.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of electrolytes in foods that you can get. But if you're doing sports or FitSeries or something like that, where you're going to sweat, you're going to lose a lot of electrolytes, more than a normal person would.
Yeah.
You have to quickly replenish those.
Yeah.
Before your event, you want to make sure that your electrolyte level are high as well, because you're about to lose a lot.
Yeah.
It's for the pre-game, like if you have the pre-game, it's going to give you all the electrolytes you need.
Yeah.
You're going to have more than enough to get through the game.
Okay.
After the game, have another electrolyte.
Okay. So 30 minutes before?
Depends on the body. Everyone's body reacts differently to ingredients. So some people might have a coffee and might hit them 10 minutes before they work out or something.
Yeah.
Some people might be half an hour.
So I don't need to be, if I take pre-game before FitSeries High Rocks a long run, should I be taking a second scoop halfway through? Let's say FitSeries is 60 to 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be hydrating with more electrolytes or just my water?
Well, you can definitely, there's no reason why you can't have more than, like I know CrossFitters, they have about 3.
Yeah,
before the heats.
So intense.
And maybe on their last heat, they'll have like a pre-workout to really give them that.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's short time, but very high explosive energy with the pre-workout, where the pre-game is long and gradual.
Yeah.
So
like pre-game is probably sufficient, like 1 scoop before FitSeries.
I think
for an event that's 60 minutes.
I mean, I have it before my football game. My whole football club, we have 1 scoop before every game.
Yeah.
Gets us through.
Yeah.
After the game, you definitely want to restock your electrolytes. But
okay.
Yeah.
And what else? So we talked about electrolytes, and we talked about when we were talking to Sergio, it was like, just use my salt. It's infused with seaweed.
Of course.
What else? What are electrolytes made up of? We've got sodium,
potassium. Potassium's a pretty important one. I mean, that's going to fight off cramping, kind of muscle fatigue.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. So there's zinc in here as well.
Yeah.
Potassium, as you said. Magnesium.
Yeah.
Magnesium's another important one.
Everyone's deficient in magnesium, it would appear.
Yeah. So. I mean, magnesium, there's so many different types of magnesium as well. I mean, there's kind of magnesium that's going to help you sleep.
Yeah. It's like
recover.
This is where years ago, I was working with a body composition guy, and it was just mega magnesium, ethical nutrients, because it kind of targets all. I think there's like 4. I don't know how many exactly there are, but 1 for sleep, 1 for performance.
Yeah. I mean, me myself, I take triple magnesium every night before I go to bed.
Yeah,
like I just find my sleep quality's a lot better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so that's pre-game. So pre-workout then is just a higher dose of caffeine versus this?
No, there's still some more the other ingredients in this. A lot more as well of certain ingredients. So it's kind of like Siberian ginseng, that sort of stuff.
Okay, now we're talking. Okay, let's talk about Siberian ginseng.
Sweet.
This is just research from other products. Where do you get it from? What is it? And why is it in a pre-workout?
Okay, well, that's helps with recovery.
Okay, yeah.
So it's pretty important. That's just, one ingredient that's going to help you while you're working out. Obviously, like you've just done a set.
Yeah.
You're relaxing for 30 seconds or so. You want those kind of ingredients to come in, help your muscles reset so you can go again, lift heavy.
Who came up with Siberian ginseng? How do you even find, obviously you get it in a synthetic form. Where do you get it from? Is it pharmaceutical companies? Is it?
Well, it's just, you contact the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're going to outsource it all. They're going to find the best kind of, because you want quality ingredients as well.
Yeah.
So they're going to outsource the best ingredients they can get for that ingredient. Say Siberian ginseng. You're going to find the best one that they can find, put it in.
So that's going to take me back to when you decided to bring this product out. Was it because there was, going back to your football days, there just wasn't something that might get you from 60 minutes to 90 minutes? Where does it all start? You decide, okay, I'm going to create a new supplement company and we're going to target people doing everyday athletes that might play football or Fire Rocks or FitSeries. What happens next?
Well, I mean,
where do you start? How do you find all the?
Well, this was starting when I was 18. I started taking pre-workouts. I was doing energy drinks, and nothing was working to the because it's not suited for football or sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a few years back, like I was saying, I was looking at the older boys taking pre-workouts and that, and then I got into that routine. A few years ago, I was one of the older boys in the changing rooms, and I see the younger boys, the under 21s boys. They're doing exactly what I was doing when I was young, having pre-workouts, having energy drinks, all this, but at the same time, they're still complaining that it's not working.
Yeah.
They feel like rubbish after the end of the game.
Is that got anything to do with fitness? Just they're not fit enough?
No, not at all. Some of these guys are some of the fittest people I know.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
So then you and Jody decided, so that's my curiosity is where do you start?
Yeah.
Who do you contact to start making up, the ingredients? Where do you get the caffeine, the beta-alanine, the L-tyrosine, the taurine?
Well, I was kind of complaining about, there's no product that's suited for football or anything like that, like a pre-workout for football.
Yeah.
And so I was just complaining, and Josie, she just said, well, why don't you just make your own?
I said Jody, didn't I?
You said Jody. She'll forgive you.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, Josie.
She just said, get off your ass and
you just started researching where I can get the ingredients.
Well, I sort of, throughout the years, I'd already knew, because I've already kind of done my own research throughout the years of what kind of pre-workout would be suited for this.
Yeah.
And I still wasn't satisfied.
Yeah.
And so eventually when Josie said that, I started thinking about it. I was like, why don't I?
Yeah.
So I started contacting some manufacturers and that. In the meantime, I was doing that. I was starting to really, really research into it, what ingredients specifically, what pre-workouts can't accomplish that the pre-game can.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And so I found all the formulations and I made it perfectly suited for football. And the other sporting events as well.
How do you, and again, this is pure ignorance on my part. How do you, do you get a scientist involved in terms of, so it's 250 grams of coconut water, it's 1.2 grams of beta-alanine. Who comes up with the precise measurement to get me from 60 minutes to 90 minutes? How do you figure that out?
Well, a lot of it's myself, but with the manufacturer that I was with, they're really good. So they put me onto the R&D department.
Okay. Yeah.
And between us two, probably about 8 months or so.
Yeah.
Before we even agreed on what the formula would be, it took us about 8 months or so just to really get it down pat, just researching different things, reading lots and lots of articles.
Yeah. And then you got to test it, right?
And then we got to test it.
Yeah.
The testing was pretty interesting. So I gave some people pre-game. I gave some other people just electrolytes.
Yeah.
So but I wouldn't tell them which ones they had just so I can get some.
Yeah.
I didn't want people thinking
It's like an A/B. It's a split test. Yeah.
exactly, yeah. So I got pretty good feedback.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had to go backwards and forwards with the sampling and stuff like that before it was right.
Yeah.
And once we were pretty comfortable with how it was and how the audience kind of reacted to their samples,
Yeah.
that's when we knew we had the perfect one.
So we've got pre-game, pre-workout. I'm going to take pre-game tomorrow morning, before IC Row FitSeries. And then I obviously don't want to take a second pre-game to replenish. I'm going to take the electrolytes just by themselves.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah. Well, you can still take, some people, like myself sometimes, I'll finish a game of football or even like the gym or something like that. And, I'll be feeling good, but I want to replenish the electrolytes, but also I might just have another caffeine. So I'll just have another pre-game.
So you've keep you going. Yeah, keep you going because you've got to go and work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I love it. Okay, now I've got all these down in a certain series. So I've basically said for some training event like FitSeries, we've already talked about that being pre-game, and High Rocks falls into that category because they're pretty much kind of the same length.
Yeah, I think it's depending on the person as well. Like some people would prefer to have like a very high explosive supplement.
Yeah.
Whereas like the pre-workout will still last like an hour or so, depending on what pre-workout it is.
Yeah.
But some people would prefer that.
Yeah.
And, they can push through.
Yeah, no, it's ideal for what we're doing. Are there any myths or misconceptions about sports nutrition, sports supplements, that you'd like to debunk? Because a lot of people go, just take your salt. Yeah. It's like Sarah just say, hey, just take my salt. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Well, what are most of the myths? Because it's, we're just everyday people. Unless you're playing with, a Premier League club who's got all the sports science behind it. It is, I suppose, it's very subjective.
It is. And if you'll read one article and it'll be say pre-workout.
Yeah.
You read another article, it'll be anti pre-workout. That it doesn't do anything. Yeah. They'll all do their studies. Like you could read 3 different studies. One study will say it helped hugely. Another study would say, it helped, but maybe a little bit. Another one would say it didn't help at all. So it's always conflicting.
Who's like a study would be like double blinded. I think that's what they call it. Like who's right, who's wrong?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's all throughout the nutrition health industry, isn't it? Like some people will say one diet works, it's better than all the others. Whereas another one would say, well, this diet works better than another. Yeah. It is. It's all subjective.
And it's very placebo. In fairness, it is placebo. When I take pre-game or pre-workout before, like a tough event like on Saturdays, I do feel like I'm getting more power output because I've taken something.
Yeah.
Whether it's actually working or not, I don't know.
Well, even if it's working, okay, go back to the football terms. Even if it's working 1% and you're 1% better than your opposing team, would that not be better than?
Well, especially when it comes to FitSeries, when we see differences of 2 seconds. Exactly.
If you can get better, a couple of seconds, why wouldn't you? I mean, I like researching the football clubs in the Premier League because of their R&D.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, they spend millions and like ridiculous amounts of money, like tens of millions on R&D.
For that 1%.
Yeah, exactly. And if they can find...
It could be 1 point.
Yeah, if they can find 1% better than another club, they'll do it.
Doing it,
And they'll keep it a secret because they don't want the other people finding out about it. But when clubs start jumping onto those kind of things and then it goes into the public, then the public knows what they're doing to make them better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell me, how did you choose your flavors?
Well, the pre-game, it's funny. I actually had a pink V. And it's actually pineapple watermelon as well.
The V, the energy drink.
Yeah. And I just I'm massive into pineapple. I love pineapple.
Yeah.
And I had that. I thought it's
the right blend.
Yeah. This is something that I really want to.
So we've got, what's the tropical? Is that what it is?
Tropical.
It's tropical across and this is watermelon, pineapple.
Yeah, and then the electrolytes, lemon lime.
Lemon lime. I like the lemon lime.
Yeah. I want to rather it fruity and stuff like that than some kind of like Coca-Cola or something like that.
I should have asked you to bring some. I'm out of the
electrolytes.
Yeah. So a little bit more of a personal question. How do you balance? Because I'm a busy gym owner trying to run FitSeries, trying to coach, run the business, do the marketing, keep the gym clean. There's many, many, many hats. you've got a day job. You're trying to keep up with your soccer, football,
Gym, and
high rocks,
life.
family life. How do you plan your days?
Well, my 9 to 5 is pretty crazy because I do all sorts of hours.
Yeah.
Being a truck driver, in transport.
Yeah.
You're working all sorts of hours, days. Might work 5 days a week straight. I'm away all week.
So you don't get much time for. So Justin's obviously.
I'm pretty fortunate because I just take my laptop with me.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll pull up one night, like I could be in Queensland or something.
Yeah.
Whip out the laptop and I'll just start working away.
What does work look like for you on this? Is it business development or is it research? Is it, I'm going to come to it, are you developing other products? But what's, when you open up the laptop, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I am doing research as well. Trying to write up articles, doing research for articles, obviously doing the marketing side of things, just connecting with people, talking to people, that sort of stuff.
Because you've been to a few events. You were at the Throwdown?
Trinity Throwdown.
Yeah. What's the CrossFit community?
Oh, we love it.
Are they looking for this product?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like we give out free samples, obviously, we do with FitSeries.
Yeah.
So we write down all the stats. So like every time someone takes one sample, we'll write that down. Right. If it's one sample of pre-workout, we'll write it down. And we get all the stats at the end of the day and then we compare it. Okay, so everyone's kind of leaning towards more electrolytes. So and which is obviously a big one, especially for CrossFitters. They're I'd say they're very health conscious of what they take. And throughout their day, they're always on those electrolytes, especially when they finish their heat. Yeah. Come over, they want to smash electrolytes.
Yeah. Are you sponsoring any athletes or anything like that?
Not athletes just yet. Yeah. As per se. We are sponsoring like football clubs, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Obviously the CrossFit events and stuff. Yeah. We'll always keep doing them. Yeah. We really love it.
And is there more products, more flavors? Is there anything changing, or are you just keeping it as it is and continuing to push the brand?
No, we're definitely going to bring out some more flavors in the short term.
But you're sticking with these 3 products?
We've had really, really good feedback with lemon lime and the pre-game, so the pineapple watermelon. Yeah. So we may, do like an electrolyte that's pineapple watermelon and vice versa for the pre-game.
But you're not going to add to the product range, are you?
No, we will. So not to give it away, but in short term, we've actually got creatine coming out pretty soon.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So that'll be good. Do
you know what I was listening to? I was listening to Joe DeFranco, and he's a famous strength coach in the US. Right. And he swears by creatine and organic beetroot powder.
I think creatine is one of those ones that every athlete should be taking.
But he's like, get the organic beetroot powder.
It's beetroot?
Beetroot.
Yeah, okay. Well, this has beetroot.
It does, I thought I saw that on them, So, okay, there you go.
Interesting stuff. Yeah. Well, I think creatine is one of those things every athlete should be taking it.
Yeah, and it's also now because it's been researched for so long.
Yeah, you're right. It's what's the most research.
It's now the nootropic effects of creatine, not just, power and performance.
Exactly.
What do you enjoy the most about FitSeries?
I think the community. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like getting connected to the athletes, hearing their stories, as well as the workout. The workout's always tough.
The workout's pretty brutal.
At the end of it, like you do love it. Like,
it's fantastic.
You go through it with everyone who's there. Every athlete goes through it. They know what you've been through. You know what they've been through. And you get that kind of connection with each other. I think that creates the community.
Well, you guys, it was Caleb hasn't missed any in 2 years. Yeah. So he's been 8 back to back. And I think you came in on the second one. I think
the night before.
You would have been the night before, that's right. You were 6 back to back. Yeah. Until the last one when you were away. And you got your gold medal on the previous one.
Finally. Yeah, and then we got promoted and
well, you didn't turn up, did you?
Not that I could do anything about it.
We need you in as the captain there. Okay. Just to wrap it up. How can people keep an eye on your progress? Where can they find you? And have you any promotional offers, challenges, or anything coming up where they can keep track of you?
Yeah, they can find us. So we've got our website. It's just athletictechnutrition.com. Yeah. Instagram is athletictechnutrition_. Yeah. So
underscore at the end.
yeah, underscore at the end.
So obviously someone else had that name.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Don't know how.
Oh, it's a popular name. I can see why.
I think so.
I can't. I had to change FitSeries race. But the FitSeries account is nothing there.
Yeah, okay.
It's just someone hogging it, Okay, so they're going to find you on Instagram, where I followed you. So you're obviously posting when you're at other events. Any promotions you want to include on the show notes, or?
Yeah, we do have a promotion that's going to start in the next day or two, depending when this podcast comes out, I guess.
Probably weeks.
Right, okay. Well, it's going to go throughout to about January.
Okay.
So it's buy one, get 50% off.
Okay.
Another.
Yeah, perfect. So what we'll do is probably hold on to that code until the podcast gets done, and I'll be in touch and see if you can hold on to that voucher. But you'll be back hopefully here, obviously, in April.
For FitSeries, yeah, definitely.
And we'll probably see you are you going to Brisbane, High Rocks?
I'm not, but I'll be there losing my High Rocks virginity at the Sydney.
At the Sydney one, probably June.
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah. Anything else? Anything I've left out that you want to add?
I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah. Alrighty.
My guy.
Well done. Great stuff.